You don't want to talk about Metal Gear Survive?
No.
Okay.
It was terrible, though. We don't want to bash on it for 2 minutes?
Can we have a moment of silence for the Metal Gear franchise?
Oh, it died.
While you get ready to...
When that game released, it died.
Yeah.
I'm okay, it died.
Can we play
I'm
like
not.
a really
It's like one of my- that's one
sad
of my-
song here?
That's one of my favorite franchises of
Where
all
we
time.
just take a moment of silence for the franchise dying.
Metal Gear is overrated.
I don't know if you had a chance to
I'll
listen
say
to
it. The story is nonsense, and even people that
Andy would
love
disagree
doing
with
Metal
you.
Gear just can't even understand or comprehend some of the shit that happens.
It gets ridiculous.
Hideo Kojima is the only rock star in video games right now. If you think about like
That's probably true.
crazy dudes who are developing games, it's Kojima. He's a rock star. He's always been a rock star.
He can do no wrong, basically.
Miyamoto is like
The
video
We'll see
game-
until Death Stranding.
Miyamoto is video game dad.
It was crazy hype, though, and it was nothing.
We sat around.
And it was
the
still
TV
crazy hyped.
We sat around the TV watching a stupid trailer of like a baby giving a thumbs up inside of a man's trachea.
It was
Oh, it's
And-
weird.
amazing.
And we
It
cheered
was
for
weird.
it. So that man's a genius. Everything he makes is genius. I didn't like Metal Gear Solid
God.
5, but
What?
I didn't like it.
I was like the best one.
It was really repetitive. And
It was fort
no,
It's like the first open world one.
3 is the best one. So if I made a top 5 game list, Metal Gear Solid 3 is in my top 3.
Sneaky.
3 is the best story.
Yes,
for
it
sure.
is, and it's the best gameplay, and it has some of the best moments and bosses.
And it has a great song called Snake Eater, which I put in our Valentine's list.
Snake Eater is sweet. Yeah. That's a sexual song.
It
is.
It's a
I
love
really
it.
sexual
It's an amazing
song.
song.
Yeah, I love that. I like there's a moment where you're going up the ladder and they play the entire song because you're going up the ladder for 3 minutes. Who else would do that? The game's genius. Moving on.
Remember in 4 when it's loading onto your PS3 and it's just Snake smoking
That is so cool.
for like
I
half
love
an
that.
hour?
Yeah.
So good.
And
So
they
did-
even have an animation of him throwing out the cigarette and getting a new one out of his pack. So good.
So did that Hujima guy who made the franchise, did he comment on Metal Gear Survive? Like what he thought?
So
What they did with this
you know
franchise?
the story behind it? That he got
How they
like,
kicked him out? Yeah.
Yeah,
and got rid of
so
him?
I don't think he's made a comment, but there is an Easter egg in the game where there's like a list of like in the beginning cutscene, there's like a list of people who are signing up for Metal Gear Survive or whatever, and the first letter of each last name spells out KGP Forever, so Kojima Productions Forever, and then the last 2 names on the list are like Bastard Yoda, who's like the new producer on the game,
Okay.
and like something else Yushiji or something.
Right.
So it was like the people who were left over from Kojima, like making a slide at the new people. Yeah.
I clicked on a YouTube video that said it was his reaction to Metal Gear Survive, but it wasn't. They just implemented like subtitles of what he was saying because he doesn't speak English. It was, yeah, I'm really fucking pissed at this stupid fucking game.
No one would
And
ever
it,
do
it
that,
wasn't
yeah.
what he was saying. I'm like, oh my god, is he really saying this? It was fake.
But to like Metal Gear Survive's credit, like, not all reviewers are hating it.
Don't
Yeah,
give that game credit.
But not to its
dare
credit.
you.
You have to pay $10 if you want an extra save
Save
slot.
slot.
That is
That's
stupid.
horrible.
That is stupid.
They trashed it.
No, it's bad.
Do you think they ever come back to Metal Gear after Survive?
Yes.
You think so?
They're going to milk it until
Yeah.
it's dead.
But to a traditional
No.
Metal Gear.
This will kill that company.
I heard there's a teaser at the end of this game that hints at
No.
Metal Gear. Yeah.
God damn it. No.
Yeah, there is. Well, so we'll see.
Raiden's coming back.
Fuck that.
What, Revengeance 2?
Not
Get
in-
ready, get
not
ready.
Into it. Not into it. Oh,
He's
God.
Revengeance the Revenging.
Slice more melons.
Revengeance is a really great word, though.
Was it Metal Gear Solid 4 that I watched you play where the cutscene is just eggs boiling?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Okay, the eggs represent the different games in the series. If you watch it, the yolks of the eggs represent the
No,
twin
I've
snakes.
heard,
in the
this
beginning.
spiel before.
Okay.
I was pissed.
I probably told you. You did. I probably said that for half an hour. Like
When I watched you play Patriots, I was pissed.
the eggs represent. Blah, 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 blah.
You could come about fucking Metal Gear all day long.
Psycho Mantis is the greatest boss fight in any game.
It is
ever
pretty
made.
cool.
It's
Yeah,
really cool.
that
Andy
works.
was staying at my place one weekend.
Oh my god.
And I watched him play for 12 hours straight.
We were in like
one of the Metal
in like
Gear
7th
games.
grade. My parents were out of town.
Yeah.
I played Metal Gear Solid 2
Yeah.
for 12 hours straight, and I remember I didn't even beat it because I had trouble finding the last bomb that fat guy on roller skates
Yeah.
left. Because
I'm like,
it
what the
was-
fuck is this game?
Because it was behind an open electric panel, which you don't really see any other ones in the entire game. And I finally opened it like right when I was about to leave, and I was like, no, fuck. And I had to take the game back to Family Video or
Just from a-
Ivy or whatever.
Random thought, but from a collector's standpoint, why would we not have a Metal Gear collection, all of them, on PS4? Why is that not happening?
We did that on PS3.
Yeah, and because I think the main reason is that they ousted Kojima, and they don't want to like bring any. I mean, they own the property, but
I know Konami's not known for being nice.
What if they came out with
Yeah.
one for PS4 that called it the Kojima Collection and just had everything in there?
Including Survive.
Yeah.
Can they
Oh
use
fuck
it?
no, not Survive, not Survive. Survive's too new, but they could put 5 in there and just put 1 through
Wait,
5.
So since we're just gonna pontificate and make this in its own section, whatever. Do you guys know about the pachinko thing?
With Konami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they took all the cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 3. They gave them an HD remake that looks really awesome. So like every scene, like there are iconic cutscenes in that game that are really cool, and they put it on a gambling machine in Tokyo, and that's it.
What?
And people were pissed because it's basically making gambling machines is like an easy way to make money for Konami. Basically,
That's like 80% of their business right
Yeah,
now.
like,
Like
yeah,
they make
they-
Pro Evolution Soccer
Mhm.
and they make fucking Metal Gear Survive, and that's all the video games they've made in the past like 3 years.
Yep, and then
Besides
the,
5.
the rest is gambling machines, and they're based on their games, and they can sell because people want to play a gambling machine based on Metal Gear Solid 3.
That makes
Yep.
sense. Ugh. That's just. I don't know.
If you were in Japan and you saw that, you would play it.
Of course I would.
Yeah.
I'd sit there until I got
Like
every
once,
cutscene
though.
because I want to see all the HD cutscenes.
And you'd lose $100.
And that's the,
Well-
I use 10,000 yen.
Oh, excuse me.
The reason I wanted Twin Snakes is I never played Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2, which I want to play. I want to play, but I'd play them again if I could get them on PS4.
2 you can miss. 1 you need to play.
I'll
Yeah.
play 1.
I would play 2. 2
Is
is
that the NES one?
No, just PS1.
Metal Gear
the
Solid.
NES
PS1,
ones
okay.
I've actually never played. They're really tough. All right, I own Metal Gear on NES, but I've never beaten it. Or
I own
anything.
that one
Yeah.
and Snake's Revenge.
It's really
and
tough.
I don't
yeah.
like them. Yeah.
They're bad.
They're way
They're
different,
not
though,
good
right?
games.
Yeah.
They're top down. Yeah.
I'd play Twin Snakes, and then I would play 2 because 2 has that weird meta ending, which actually is
No.
The ending of 2 is genius, and let me tell you why. Because the ending of 2 is about how is basically about how the internet is going to become so clogged up with information that you're not going to know what's true and what's fake. That's happening.
Instead of wasting 10 hours of your time, you could just watch like a 45-minute YouTube video just talking about Metal Gear 2.
Or you could just watch the end like codec calls and cutscenes because that'll tell you like it's like there's a point where the guy comes in and tells you, "Turn off your game, Snake. You've been playing for too long," and it tries to fuck with you. It's really cool.
Well, didn't Patriots or the PS3 Patriots end with a complete explanation of the whole series?
Yeah, and it's really bad.
Is it?
It makes no sense. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
That game has such a complete explanation of Metal Gear as a series that there's a throwaway line in Metal Gear Solid 1 where Vulcan Raven calls him Japanese, but Kojima, after hearing David Hayter's performance as Snake, wanted him to be American and have that be the official voice of Snake. So then in the later games he said Snake is American, not Japanese. But in 4, they explained this by saying that his surrogate mother was a Japanese woman, and that's why Vulcan Raven said he had Japanese blood.
Boy.
Well, 4 is a love letter to everything Metal
Yeah.
Gear, and they try to combine everything as much as possible.
The end is so ham-fisted, and Big Boss comes back and says, "Let me explain everything
Yep.
that I was in a coma for." It's so bad, but it's so good.
Too bad Survive is not good for well for any Metal Gear fans.
Survive is a 4-letter swear word to me
Okay.
now.
Somewhere in this segment, you need to insert some parts in Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Codec.
Yeah,
Codec
that are
talk.
amazing with Snake
Oh, yeah,
and
I love
talking
that.
about every other Nintendo person.
Yeah.
So good.
Isn't that Nintendo thing?
So how is it mostly positive reviews on Steam still? I don't understand
What,
that.
Survive?
I don't know if it's
Sur-
mostly.
Yeah. Well, when I looked at it, it said mostly positive under where it says like reviews.
That's shady as hell.
But
Yeah.
mostly positive is not good.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not? Okay.
No, but mostly positive means like 70%.
Well, if you look at doesn't it work kind of
That's
like
still pretty
Rotten
good.
Tomatoes, where it's not really like everyone on Rotten Tomatoes could have given Black Panther a B- and it would have 100%.
Okay, so
That's how it works.
based off of today, March 3rd, they have a Metacritic score of 63, which is based on 46 reviews. The user review based on
Here you go.
743 reviews is a
Wow.
1.5.
Wow. Yikes.
People are pissed.
It's also weird. I don't think I've ever seen a game I don't think I've ever seen a game where people were so aware of all the drama going on behind the scenes and hated it before it even came out.
Well, can you think of another game that was so predestined to be doomed from the start?
Yeah.
I can't think.
No.
Nothing comes to mind right now. So
If you fuck over the creator of the series like they did,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no really coming back from it.
that's like Nintendo effing with Mario after Miyamoto
I
left.
was gonna say that would be if they hired some guy to make Mario, and before it came out, they said, by the way, there are microtransactions in this game to acquire the new levels, and you can pay $20 to play as Luigi.
That'd
That would
awesome.
be that'd be the same thing.
But back to my original point, if it actually did get ported
Sorry,
to the
Abby.
PS4, I would play that collection.
Oh
But-
yeah, I'd buy it instantly,
I don't know why they can't port that.
even though I know I'm giving
I don't have
Konami money.
I have my PS3, but I haven't hooked it up in years.
When they imported the PS3 one, like all the old ones, did that cost $60 or was it a budget title?
I'm pretty sure it was 40.
Okay.
And it didn't include 4 because 4 was already on PS3.
Yeah,
so it
which
was
makes
just 1,
sense.
2, and 3.
A lot of collections tend to be at that price range.
And I think there's a PSP collection on the PS3, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
it's the
there
same
is.
thing.
Yep.
Oh, is it the same
And
thing?
you could do a thing called
Well-
Transfarane. That's what it was, where you could change your saves from
Oh,
PS3 to
yeah.
PS Vita.
Never
I think is
did-
what it was.
Never messed with
Oh.
that.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, like, the Metal Gear collection has Peace Walker on it too, which is decent for
Peace
like,
Walker's awesome.
yeah, like for being like the mobile version of Metal Gear, it's good.
Peace
I
Walker-
actually really liked it.
Peace Walker is pretty much
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like the base, the skeleton of what Metal Gear Solid 5 became.
Yep.
pretty much.
I feel like the Vita got like a lot of collections that weren't on the other systems. Like there's like a Sly Cooper collection
on
and then
Vita
there-
or PSP?
on the
On both.
On really?
yeah.
Yeah. Like it's one of those titles where like if you buy it on either PS3 or Vita, you can just play it on either. Like they give you the
Right.
code for both systems.
Nice.
They did that a lot. That's why I love the Vita.
Yeah. Very underrated system,
Yeah.
I feel like. the
And now
Vita.
PS Plus isn't going to give you free games for Vita. or
Oh, I
PS3
saw
anymore.
that in 19, right? The start of
next
19,
year.
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah, it's dying. Mm-hmm. Now's a good time to buy Vita games, people, before the prices
Yeah,
skyrocket.
They're dirt cheap.
yeah, very cheap.